26 years with the union, I love all of SEIU. But 1199 will always have a special place in my heart. I started with the union in 1988 in 1199 New England, where I spent 14 years organizing nursing home workers. There, I absorbed the special culture and tradition that I believe is uniquely 1199's. It's a tradition that understands that the heart of our movement is about struggle. A tradition in which the willingness to embrace conflict is baked into our very organizational fiber. It's a tradition that reflects the lesson that Frederick Douglass taught back in 1857 when he said, "Power concedes nothing without a demand. It never has, and it never will." Your local is a shining example of what's possible when we take that lesson to heart. You may lose some battles, but you come back fighting every single time. In the words of the resolution you passed today, you rise to every challenge. Nowhere is that clearer than in your fight over SB 5, where in the face of a brutal attack, you stood up and fought back against a right-wing assault to strip working people of our voice. Or in your work this year, uniting union members and non-union home care and fast food workers in the fight for 15. I'm mindful that it was your action in Cleveland that produced what I think was the best headline of the campaign. That headline, which was in the Cleveland Plain Dealer, said, "The home care workers' demand for higher wages is the last stanza in a ballad being sung across the country." And it was in Cleveland that home care worker Jasmine Almodovar spoke out at your Barbecue on My Budget event. And even Fox News covered this story. It told of Jasmine's struggle to live on a home care worker's pay, when sometimes her paycheck only stretched enough for a little bit of potato salad and half a hot dog each for her and her young son. But this local is not just about fighting, it's about winning. And I was inspired by the story of the workers at Cabell Huntington Hospital, whose boss recently tried to divide them by putting a bunch of givebacks on the table that targeted part-time workers, retirees, and new hires. But the Cabell Huntington members stood up and fought back. You got rid of those takebacks, but you didn't stop there. You went on to win contract improvements, including raises in each and every year of the contract. Great victories like that don't happen by themselves. They happen because of workers' individual acts of courage and leadership. Like the nursing home worker who works 2 jobs and goes to school, but still makes time to phone back on Canvas, because if not her, then who? Like the undocumented worker who stands up publicly for immigration reform, even though he knows that visibility increases his risk of deportation. Like the single mom who can't afford to go on strike, but does it anyway because she can't afford not to. We all know workers like these, and individually their stories are moving portraits of courage and action. But it's when we pull them together through organizing that we build the movement we need to lift all workers out of poverty. It's like your resolution says, the strength of all begins with the power of each of us. Tonight, we get to honor a few superstar leaders who deserve every ounce of the recognition that they get and much, much more. But I want to close by honoring not just our award winners, but by honoring all of you who are here tonight. Because all of us together are building a movement for justice and equality. All of us together are realizing the dream that 1199's founder, Leon Davis, had back in 1932, when he and a small group of immigrant drugstore workers started a radical and feisty little union called Local 1199. All of us together fight every day, even when things feel daunting, motivated by our determination to make sure that we leave a fairer and more humane world for our kids and our grandkids. Thank you. Thanks to all of you for your courage, for your leadership, and for your tenacity in rising to meet the challenge day after day in true 1199 fighting style.